Dark Pantera, set in the close futuristic fictitious African nationality of Wakanda, is a charming Afrovision. A planet of monorails, flyer cars and care marvels, all done probable by the opening of vibranium, a superstate metal. The movie reimagined story. Wakanda is a reticent African nation how was never colonized and is the largest progressive nationality in the planet. Time Dark Pantera crushed new land in Hollywood. The movie himself owes its site to Afrofuturism, a 20th age culture aesthetic how subverted science-fi, a whites-dominated style, by placement dark human beings frontline and center in futuristic worlds. Afrofuturism intersects scientific fictitious, technique and old African mythologies. The story of Afrofuturism of the 1950s, us jazzy artist Sun Ra, who is deliberate one of the adopters of Afrofuturism, drew on old African influences as so as area image in his piece of music and amateur performance. The was in an era wherever African Americans looked really lot love other great countrymen. Afrofuturism was a instrument how they could use to think a superior next, and the motion extended in the modern epoch, told Adiola. Afrofuturism stretched publication too much. Scientific fictitious authors love Octavia Stewart took it to the following standard earning in futuristic technique and interactions in aliens. The scientific fictitious style wasn't really including of dark human beings in the previous days. It was really lot up to these previous African American authors to say how in fact not, down there are some human beings in the next, Adiola explains. The Afrofuturistic superhero the previous comics taken to overthrow African stereotypes. Thou ever had human beings in loincloths how were really tribalistic. Dark Pantera is really lot and try to gear how pattern. The comical volume progressed. As the comical developed wonder has been capable to unite it by compliance Wakanda really conventional until as well confirming the reality how it is the largest technically progressive nationality in the wonder world, Adiola told. Afrofuturism has mainly been in the US, but African artists are more apparent, thread their own distinctive interpretations. Afrofuturism cradle are really lot African American but down there has been a new revival in Africa in human beings hard to build plant of scientific fictitious how are encouraged by our civilization and aesthetic, Adiola told. We had to expect rather a length period for the I assume the artists and the writers how our creation Afrofuturist narratives are fair not patient quite to expect for Hollywood to do it for them. And how's one of the largest inspirations over the motion in Africa, Adiola told. But time the expect was length, the cinema has driven Afrofuturism in the main. We requirement our own scientific fictitious to offer dark human beings and African human beings our own sounding via the beautiful middle, Adiola told.